Hello, everyone. Welcome to the EJG3 show. This is your host, Eddie Gallagher. Today, we'll be talking about two blockbuster trades, both in the AFC East. We will also be talking about Aaron Rodgers and that Mike Williams situation, and also how bad are the Cowboys. And also, at the end, I will reveal my top 10 teams heading into week 7. Okay, so let's start with this. After the game, Aaron Rodgers told reporters that Williams ran the route, ran the wrong route. This is what he said. It's two verticals. Allen is down the seam and Mike is down the red line. I'm looking at Allen. He puts his hand up and three guys go with him. So I'm throwing a no look to the red line. And when I peek my eyes back there, Williams is running an inbreaker. You got to be on the red line. It's little things every single time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, Aaron. Come on. Okay, maybe Mike Williams ran the wrong route, but that was not a good ball at all. Um, obviously that was a great play by Taron Johnson. Uh, but this is Aaron Rodgers deflecting blame like usual. And I'm so sick of that guy. Aaron Rodgers, every time there's a drop ball, rolls his eyes. Uh, if there's a penalty on the offensive line, rolls his eyes. He rolls his eyes. Uh, you know, back in Green Bay, he's rolling his eyes now with the Jets. This guy does not take blame for himself and his poor play. Uh, last week he literally got Robert Saleh fired. Uh, you know, this week or this past week, you know, less possession, game on the line. You got to score a touchdown or at least a field goal. And the guy came up unclutch like usual. Uh, I said this. I thought the Jets were the most fascinating team uh during the season and beginning of the season. But now we totally see how this team is so bad offensively. Um, because they looked a little bit better. Nathaniel Hackett got demoted. Which is a plus, but you just see Aaron Rodgers being so selfish and not taking blame. Mike Williams didn't even practice. Uh, I believe Wednesday. Um, so this guy's just blaming his teammates, not blaming himself, and he's the reason why the Jets are right now 2-4. He played bad versus 49ers. He kind of played bad versus Tennessee. His one good game is against the Patriots at home on a short week. What can I say? The Jets are the Jets. And you let Aaron Rodgers literally take over this franchise, make his own calls, bring in his own guys. And that's why the Jets are so dysfunctional. And, you know, it's not like you didn't have any other chances to score touchdowns. Okay, you missed your field goal kicker, missed some kicks. To be honest with you, Tyler Bass on the other side, he also missed kicks. So don't blame it on the kicker. Don't blame it on Mike Williams. Aaron Rodgers, you did not get the job done. Um, and it's so obvious that he deflects, and it's just annoying. It's just so annoying to me. Um, but did he look a little bit better versus the Bills? Yeah, but I thought the offense would be a little bit better after embarrassing performance I mean, Brees Hall finally ran the football. Garrett Wilson finally got the ball from Aaron Rodgers. But still, it wasn't enough. You know, you have all this talent and you can't get anything done. And that's on the quarterback. Um, I I think Aaron Rodgers, to me, he's more focused on blaming others, uh, getting all the attention, negative attention. There's just nothing positive about Aaron Rodgers, and I don't see the Jets making it to the playoffs. I think they're done. I'll talk about the trade next, but I think they're done. Um, Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he got his boy Davante Adams on Tuesday. The Raiders received a 2025 conditional third round draft pick. Um, Now, Adam Schefter said, it could improve to a second round selection. So we'll see. But this is such a desperate move by the Jets. Um, you got Salah fired. That was desperate. You shouldn't have fired him after 5 weeks. Trading to get an older wide receiver, Aaron Rodgers guy. Such a desperate move. What now? This is Woody Johnson's call, um, but it's just going downhill. I don't love the trade. I think getting a guy who kind of was pretty negative in Las Vegas, uh, and now he's coming to a Jets team that's very noisy. Rodgers, like I said, blames his receivers, um, and you could tell that I bet Aaron Rodgers called Woody Johnson saying, "Hey, we got to get this Davante Adams deal done right away." Um, I don't see it working. The offense they can't protect. Uh, you have receivers, running backs dropping balls. Um, can Davante Adams help a little bit? Um, he could. But I see really no impact. I think this team is dead in the water. They're definitely not making the postseason. Um, I really do think dysfunctional teams don't know what they're doing. And Jets are such a dysfunctional team. Um, Now good for the Raiders. I think they definitely needed to move off him. Um, it just wasn't working. Raiders are in a complete rebuild. Um, but I think we kind of knew where Davante was going to go. It was either the um, Saints with Derek Carr or with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not surprised at all that he landed with the Jets. I mean, there was more noise surrounding the Jets than any other team. So I am fascinated how it's going to work with Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, um, and now Davante Adams. So it's gonna be fascinating. But I just think this team is already a mess, already a crap show. Shoot. Um, I don't trust the Jets at all. I think they're done. But if you're talking about a trade that I did like, I like the fact that the Buffalo Bills acquired wide receiver Amari Cooper in a trade with the Cleveland Browns. Ian Rappaport reported that includes a Bills shipping a 2025 third round and 2026 seventh round draft pick to the Cleveland for Cooper and a 2025 sixth round selection from Detroit. Um, I think that trade is much, much more valuable than the Jets getting Davante Adams. I think he gives Josh Allen another weapon, a veteran who he can trust. You see that without Shakir, um, they struggled versus Houston. That was Josh Allen's worst game, and know, Keon Coleman, I think he's going to be a good player, but he's still young. It just gives a veteran presence around that young wide receiver receiving core. Um, you know, Amari Cooper, he doesn't make a lot of noise. He puts his head down and he works. And it was just a bad situation in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, and I think he'll make a huge impact for the Bills. I finally believe that this team can contend with Kansas City, um, uh, Ravens, and now Houston. So I think this is a great trade. And obviously Stephon Diggs was a great player, but clearly he was noisy and they didn't want him. Um, so I think Amari Cooper will be a huge impact. I think it will work right away. Um, so I give the Bills a lot of credit for making that move, and a move that gives them time to uh, really, really connect. And they got Tennessee, they got Seattle, they got Miami coming up. So hopefully, those games are look easy when you're just looking at the schedule, but hopefully they're connected fast. And um, yeah, no, I'm so interested in watching Amari Cooper play for the Bills. So I give Brandon Bean a lot of credit. Um, Now let's go to the Cowboys Detroit game. You know, uh, I'm mostly going to talk about Dallas. This team's bad. Uh, allowing Detroit handled that game. They scored I believe 47 points. They're just giving up, you know, a lot of points to uh, Detroit, the Saints, the Packers. They just cannot protect their home field, and Dak Prescott's not looking good at all. Um, Given two interceptions, one in the red zone, which was such a bad interception. Um, so I think Detroit. I think they definitely look like the second best team, or clearly the best team in the NFC. Um, but yeah, no, it was incredible. Doing tricks with the linemen. That was cool. Um, but yeah, no, there's nothing good with Dallas team, and I think Mike McCarthy's a good coach. He has nothing to work with. This is all Jerry Jones's fault. Having a GM slash your owner, that's just not a good look. And clearly this is what you get. A noisy organization, just like the Jets, and they're getting beat pretty badly, and they're just not competitive. Dallas Cowboys, they're gonna finish below um 500. I mean, I don't think they're better than Philly. I don't think they're better than Washington. I think I predicted they would finish third place. Um, so I think you can say goodbye to Dallas until next year. Um, but I mean, they don't have a run game. Their best player is CD Lamb, and that's it on offense. And Dak Prescott is clearly overpaid. Um, and he's just not a Josh Allen, Lamar, Burrow, who can carry a franchise. Um, so let's go to my top 10 teams heading into week 7. Um, Number one is the Chiefs. Uh, what can I say? They're the best team. They look like they're the best team. A few injuries, which is concerning, but uh, even with those injuries, they just put up numbers. Patrick Mahomes, lights out. Number two, I got the Vikings. I think they've looked very impressive, big wins for 49ers in Houston. The Ravens at number three, they can, they're clicking, they're running the football effectively. I think Lamar is having an MVP season. Um, Number four, I got the Lions. Um, I think they're right there with the Vikings. They might be better than them, but right now, I have them at number four. Their offensive line can manhandle uh, any team. Uh, so in golf, when he gets protected, he can really swing it. They have nice weapons. Montgomery, uh, Amari St. Brown. Uh, so I got the Lions number four. Number five, I got Houston. Um, they're just a set team. Number six, I got the Green Bay Packers. I think Jordan Love. Uh, I think the more games, more reps, um, they're just looking good, and he's getting better. He looks healthier. Um, Number seven, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Baker is playing really well. He's a special player. Mike Williams, Chris Godwin. That defense is playing okay. Number eight, been very impressive. With Jaden Daniels, I got the Commanders. I think they showed me something against the Ravens. Their defense is a little concerning, but I just trust the quarterback and the coach. And they look like they're the best team in the NFC East. Number nine, I got the Buffalo Bills. Um, Adding Amari Cooper really, really helps. Um, and number 10, I got the Atlanta Falcons, who uh, have a lot of talent on the offensive side, but I'm still worried about the defense. I think they're giving up a lot of yards. Um, so those are my top 10 teams heading into week seven. Um, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.